do you think the attack in Zagreb was a serious escalation in the violence?
It is, but I hope that this would not continue, that the attack on the civilian sergeant by the Serbian forces would not continue, because then we would be forced to act against those military targets which are legitimate to prevent that be repeated. However, we believe that the situation would start to calm down because we have established the full control of the highway and railway in the entire sector west, and I don't believe that it is in anybody's interest to see major escalation in the area. We are working on that, and as far as my government is concerned, we would restrain, but again, if this would be repeated in a larger scale, we cannot sit idle and see our people being killed by random terrorist attack by the Serbian forces on civilian targets anywhere in Croatia.
So you say you might, if Zagreb were attacked again, you'd be forced to act?
Yes.
In what way?
We just informed the Security Council that if this continues, we would be forced to act in the similar way we did when our civilians had been fired upon and killed on the highway. We would act in a selective police and military way, not against civilians, but against military targets.
Well, what is the situation now? Is there a possibility of a ceasefire in the violence?
Well, we hope that the negotiations on ceasefires would continue. They started yesterday. The Serbian representative, Mr. Miklic, didn't show up on the Zagreb airport today, but Ankara is making effort to bring them to Zagreb and to see the situation under control.
Do you think Croatia violated the ceasefire of 1991 in the recent activities in Croatia?
Well, ceasefires is not a Bible, and of course we are committed to the agreements we reach with the other side to see the reintegration, confidence building proceed. But obviously we had a situation in which the key railway and highway had been closed for 4 years. We had shown a lot of restraint in the last 4 years, and then finally when we reach an agreement for the benefits of both sides, people, the civilians, innocent passengers start to be killed on the highway, and we simply had the legitimate reasons to take a limited surgical military actions in which civilians were not targeted and in which was very successful. So we are trying to avoid situations like this, but the security of our people and the situation in the country sometimes press us to act like we did this time or previously in the case of establishing control over Maslenica Bridge or Peruća Dam, which was blown up, and we have sometimes to act in spite of the general ceasefire, which we are very much committed to respect.